Scottish Widows was first set up to look after the widows and orphans of the Napoleonic War. Coming through wars and recessions, today they invest over £23 billion worldwide for the futures of millions of people. By looking after the minds large and small, Scottish Widows is looking good for your money. Enter the new fragrance from Lake.
I was completely happy with what I was using before. I've been using it for years. What makes Always different from conventional tires? The complete difference with Always was the fact that there was no feel, it was like a feeling of freedom. The Always surface is different from conventional towels, drawing virtually all the liquid into the towel, so you feel fresh and dry. All the other people I've told about this, they're using them already. So it seems like I'm the last one to catch on. Always Ultra and Always Regular. All you feel is fresh and dry.
It is profoundly moving to know there is intelligent life out there, and our world will never feel quite the same again.
You want to conquer the world, you're going to need warriors, right?
I'll tell you one thing, they ain't getting the TV. Why settle for last?
Amazing Lash Mascara gives long-tick lashes that don't smudge for up to 16 hours. Amazing Lash Mascara from Elme.
The sea surface. Oh, the sun's are miles away from the top.
Nothing. Let's take it in.
I'll drive it.
So, how do you feel now?
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'll drive it. The new Mitsubishi Colt. It's too much for some people. Uh-oh. Beastly black paint. Ghastly grass. No, silly. That's too much for some detergent. You need new Vanish and Wash Stain Remover. Just add 1 scoop of new Vanish to your usual detergent to put Vanish power in your wash. See how Vanish goes deep into the fibers, removing stains that some detergents alone leave behind. Spotless. Well done. New Vanish in Wash. A difference you can see for no extra effort. Once you've got your hairstyle the way you want, don't blow it. Use a hair spray that gives you more than just hold. Pantone. It holds my hair, but liquidity holds it too. That's because it's probing formula penetrates and nourishes while it holds. With Pantone, my hair looks healthy and feels great. Whatever it goes through. That sounds great.
Pantone hairspray for hair that looks so healthy it does.
What's holding you?
I know. Sorry, Phyllis.
It's on the table.
Yeah. How's my little lad, eh?
Steve, why do we ring?
What's it already ring? The grand's cooking it. Never mind, eh? Big Mac and fries on the way over. Clever daddy. Hello, everyone.
Sagittarius, prepare yourself for access on the 2nd. I did. How did I know it was my 2nd? Am I going home now? I'm sorry.
So how do you feel? Confident? Relaxed? Intimate? Let's say this. You believe it's how you feel about the spectacles that matters. Take two stylish pairs and take it just right. This favours opticism. Now you can believe your eyes.
Thousands of people are disappearing to rent a copy of Eraser.
You'll be handling your personal security. I'll make them disappear one by one. You're in an extremely high-risk situation.
And lots of them are showing up at Blockbuster Video, but we've got more copies than anybody else.
Ciao Enrico, spirito di punto.
No.
Spirito di punto. Am I going home now? I'm sorry.
I love you.
Dramatic flavors from Golden Wonder.
If you're 25, I'd probably look just like another boring businessman. You'd be wrong. I'm your guardian angel. 30 years from now, you could be living off the base with a little help from me. Or running that little tea shop in the Cotswolds. Or writing the novel. Or being the next capability brand. Or simply not catching the 8:32. I'm Peter Davis, Head of Prudential, and whether it's with pensions, savings, investments, or mortgages, I can help you change your life.
Peter Davis, the man from the crew.
For the paper that goes with the border, that goes with the customs, the police, the lamp, and the bag, that go with your ideas, go to Homestyle. Homestyle, it's easy in your own room.
Excuse me.
No.
Ever eaten a dive bar?
Nope.
Would you mind trying one?
Nope.
Did you like the surprising combination of crisp caramel stuff and delicious milk chocolate, smooth on the outside, crunchy on the inside?
Nope.
I like armadillos! Smooth on the inside, crunchy on the outside. Armadillos!
Dime, the surprising alternative to armadillos.
2 armadillos?
You're a bit sick, really, aren't you?
Fiat dealers have great finance deals for you this February. Ring 0800 717 7000 for your nearest dealer.
Wake up to the amazing month of March on Scottish. Experience the power and the passion of Formula One and the excitement of world-class football from the Champions League. Quality drama with an epic new production of Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre and John Sawyer's Band. The movie premiere of The Pelican Brief. New talent takes the spotlight with Stars in Their Eyes, and early edition breaks tomorrow's news today, while the big science fiction event is the arrival of asteroids. An earth-shattering lineup for March on Scottish.
Uh-oh. Beastly blackcurrant. Ghastly grass. No, silly. That's too much for some detergent. You need new Vanish and Wash Stain Remover. Just add 1 scoop of new Vanish to your usual detergent to put Vanish power in your wash. See how Vanish goes deep into the fibres, removing stains that some detergents alone leave behind. Spotless. Well done. New Vanish in Wash. A difference you can see for no extra effort.
These days, caring for your family's health can be expensive. Fortunately, there's someone who can help pay those bills. HSA Superplan pays you cash not just when they're in hospital, but when they need routine checks and treatment. Even the NHS has to charge most people for services such as dental care. Find out how HSA Superplan is already helping nearly 3 million people. Simply call free on 0800 767 666 for an HSA information pack. Call now.
The FX Performer from Wilkinson Ford. A razor that combines 3 different parts with flex to follow your individual features for a close shave that's now so comfortable. Shaving becomes a pleasure. The FX Performer from Wilkinson Ford.
Imagine traveling to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Find a special category-winning pack. Then let imagination take you there. It's a luxury of British Airways. Take your dream to Cadbury.
Can't we have something a bit more traditional tonight?
Okay. Grind us some Chinese prawns.
Ross Oriental Express. Food you just have to cook.
The number of people with extraordinary mental powers is growing, according to Israeli neuroscientists.
The brain is evolving. Our research shows 200 completely new states of mind.
The neuroscientists cannot explain what is causing this leap in our evolutionary process, but they have their theories. When Nina Maxter creates a wholesome, hearty soup, he knows how important it is to cut down on fat. The secret is not simply about less. It's about more of the right things, and with the right herbs and spices. So how could she be sure her recipe is as appetizing as it is low in fat? Well, her family are always more than happy to teach this for her. Healthy choice minestrone with wholemeal capsules from Raspberry, the family of fine food.
Go ahead. Baked potato chips, fruity things, biscuits, sweet chocolate and cheesecakes up to 97% fat-free. So go ahead. Good luck with you.
There is a pure anchor butter that spreads straight from the fin. Mild and cheese, and to reserve the little bottom.
Hello there, now the Scottish News. The E. coli outbreak in Edinburgh has spread. Lothian Health Board announced 2 new confirmed cases of the killer bug. The authorities are also reporting 3 further suspected cases. 3 other people are already being treated for food poisoning. Tonight it's been revealed that another shop, this time in the city's Costoffen area, was supplied by the butchers in Leith at the centre of the square. Customers of both outlets have been advised to destroy pies and meat bought there recently. Nicola Kane reports.
The shoppers were down today at the butcher shop involved in the 4th Scottish E. coli scare in as many months. John Henderson, the owner of James Anderson & Sons, decided to close the shop after a meeting with environmental health officers. Lothian Health Board revealed that there are 2 new confirmed cases which have links with his shop. A 67-year-old woman who's in the city hospital and a 12-year-old girl from East Lothian who's been treated at home. 3 other people were confirmed as having the bug last night. 2 of them are also in hospital. The first case came to light last Thursday. Labour Scottish Health spokesman wants to know why the public weren't informed until now.
Well, there are clearly concerns about whether information was disclosed to the public as quickly as it might have been. I've already asked several questions about that, and I'm seeking more detailed information. There is a conflict throughout all these decisions between the consumer interest and the interest, the commercial interest of producers, and again that highlights the urgent need for an independent food standards agency.
But the Scottish Health Minister says officials acted as quickly as they could.
Action was taken to investigate each case as it occurred. It was only possible after all 2 cases were studied to identify a possible common source, and that is what happened. As soon as the possible source was identified, steps were taken immediately to inform the public.
Environmental health officers say they're doing all they can to stop the bug before it spreads any further.
The obviously studies have to give a lot of time with the owners of the retailers, and we ask them very respectfully often they supply, and they don't supply any of the retailers, but they sell all of their products over their own counter. Just been through their records, just check their processes and procedures, sourcing hygiene within the store, and we've obviously taken a whole range of samples.
Shoppers in Leith are shocked that their local butcher is involved in this latest scare.
Thank you, brilliant butcher. His stuff all was doing really good, so never had any complaints. Because it was quite a good butcher, so everybody knew Anderson's, you know, and you always went to it. Really bad, eh?
Another shop owned by the same group who own Anderson's, Wilson's and Costoffen, has also been named as a possible source of the bug.
500 jobs are on the way to West Lothian over the next 3 years. The American electronics firm Jabil Circuit is to double the size of its Livingston operation in a multi-million-pound expansion. This latest announcement means over 8,500 jobs have been created from inward investment since April, with the jobs agency located in Scotland on target for another record year. Our business correspondent Alan Stomby reports.
Jabil, the world's 3rd largest designer and builder of advanced circuit boards, moved into the factory on Livingston's Kirkton campus 4 years ago. It was the firm's first plant outside the United States and became its European base. Targeted by locating Scotland for 10 years, they started with 40 workers, and with 30% annual growth, that's now up to 580 staff. The firm will move to a new 130,000 square foot operation, which is already under construction at the Oakbank Business Park. Production is due to start in August at the new £20 million facility, when hiring the extra 500 workers will begin. Today, Scottish Secretary Michael Forsyth was on hand to welcome the expansion as another sign of Scotland's success in attracting inward investment. He denied the timing was manipulated in the pre-election period to benefit the government.
Well, they asked me to come along and make the announcement. There have been other announcements, and I've no doubt there will be announcements in the future. But the reason that we're able to make these announcements is because people want to come and invest in Scotland.
Jabil insisted Scotland was very important to the company. Expansion here faced competition from existing factories in Mexico and Malaysia.
You know, the experience base that we've had here so far has been excellent. We've been really pleased with the hard-working people and our ability to get the professional level people, and we need a big growth ahead for us. We're all very excited about it.
But the Bathgate travel to work area remains the black spot with 4,212 registered jobless. 3/4 of the total are men, and that rate is 10.5%. Today's jobs boost is welcome.
Things look different enough in the last few weeks. I can't say anything. Obviously, I'll think about it tomorrow.
Located Scotland is already on target to beat last year's record job-creating figure. 8,500 jobs so far announced.
We certainly had some very good announcements this year. Some new projects that inspired this project today. The school project that going out earlier in the year. Yesterday's Virgin Circle project in Edinburgh. We certainly had a good range of interconnected projects this year.
Week 8 of the building phase, and already the factory's taking shape. A year ago, the builder won the contract to design and build the factory. 2 weeks ago, the contract was finally signed. Locating Scotland says when the announcement's made public, is down to J-Bill.
A priest has been cleared of abusing 2 teenage boys. Friends and supporters of Father Jerry Fitzsimmons clapped and cheered as the sheriff delivered not guilty verdicts on 4 charges of indecent assault. The judgment brings to an end the priest's 2-year battle to clear his name. This Monaghan reports.
It was a jubilant and emotional Father Jerry Fitzsimmons who emerged from court this afternoon, the nightmare of the last 2 years finally over. He'd been accused of indecently assaulting 2 former altar boys, one during a Boxing Day party in 1994, at which the priest's own mother was present, and the other after a party to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in 1995. But today, Senator Ian Hamilton said the evidence he's heard from the 2 boys concerned raised grave doubts in his mind and could not be relied on. Neither family made any comment as they left. Outside the court, a beaming Father Jerry hugged his mother, family and supporters. He refused to comment but spoke through his solicitor.
We'd like to thank the family and friends and the number of supporters who come to court to see him on each occasion. All they can say is he's absolutely delighted that it's over and relieved at the outcome.
His name may have been cleared, but Father Jerry will not work as a priest again. He resigned from his post in Livingston in 1995 when he first heard of the allegations. During his trial, the Archbishop of Edinburgh, Keith O'Brien, said it would be unlikely that Father Jerry would hold a similar post again, and the priest himself in evidence admitted he would not be resuming his duties. But for the moment, the priest's thoughts for the future only stretch as far as tonight, a celebration party with friends and family, and a good night's sleep.
Security at Scotland's largest secondary school, Holyrood in Glasgow, is to be tightened after a teacher was allegedly attacked in her classroom. The incident comes as a teachers' union has criticised local authorities for not acting fast enough to improve security following the Cullen report on Dunblane. Starlight Police say a 13-year-old has been reported to the children's panel in connection with the incident. A Church of Scotland minister has appeared in court charged in connection with an alleged shooting incident at his church on Sunday. The Reverend Ellerslie White, who is 69, faces a breach of the peace charge. Police had been called to Park Parish Church in Uddingston after reports that a gun had been fired. Another man, 40-year-old Matthew Smith, has been charged with firearms and assault offences. Finally, a look at tonight's football results, and in the Tennant Scottish Cup 4th round replay, Celtic beat Hibs 2-0, meanwhile Hamilton were beaten 2-0 by Motherwell. And that's all from the Racing Team for tonight. From everyone here, do have a very good night. Bye-bye.
Hello there. Well, the good news is it will remain drier tonight, although there'll still be some patchy cloud lingering overhead. This though will steadily break up later on, so temperatures will drop to below freezing in the east of Scotland, around 1 Celsius in the west. More patchy clouds again expected by dawn, staying mostly dry though throughout the night. Tomorrow morning again we'll see thick clouds, some rain, some drizzle in the west of the country. East though mainly dry, though cloud will steadily increase there. The winds will also become stronger in the west, with gusts near to gale force at times. Now, tomorrow afternoon again will be rather cloudy with further light rain and some drizzle. The winds will be near gale force again in the west of Scotland, but lighter in the east. Temperatures around 8 to 10 Celsius, but feeling much colder in that wind. Now, Friday again will be a windy and showery day, wettest yet again in western areas, and temperatures will be around 8 Celsius at best, most typically 6 or 7. That's it for the moment. I'll leave you with the summary. Have a very good night. Goodbye. Quick-Fit at your service, come rain or shine.
Local Heroes, in association with Teacher, the character of Scotland.
The career of boxer Gary Jacobs has had its fair share of ups and downs, but he's currently Scotland's top ambassador in the sport. Turning professional after just 12 amateur fights, his victory over Dave Douglas at the beginning of 1987 was less than convincing. Shortly afterwards, the 22-year-old Scottish champion outpointed Will Jensen to take the Commonwealth welterweight crown.
Good night's work. Well done. And as I said, right away, the obvious winner then was Gary Jacobs.
The southpaw was to lose the title, though, a year later, and it took 5 successive victories before his career advanced with a convincing win over Robert Wright at the SECC in Glasgow. He now retains the Lonsdale belt he won that night, although so far a world title has eluded him. Through more than 10 years of triumphs and tears, the former goldsmith has come a long way since his first fight at Belarus.
A father and son swap identities next in our late film Like Father, Like Son. That's in a couple of minutes.
Tedesco's massive cleaning sale is now on. All stock must go. Tiles for your kitchen and bathroom from as little as £5 a square yard. The highest quality and variety at the lowest prices. If you want to chat to someone new, then the Singles Network is for you. Now you can chat privately with other male and female callers. Lines are open 24 hours, so to make new friends on the phone, call the Singles Network on 0891 808 878. With the Millbrook Aromatherapy gift set at only £4.99, you'll be surprised who's going to send you 10 for Mother's Day.
You're out in your smart new Renault Megane. Windscreen wipers on. And you spot a parking space.
Now, when I put the car in reverse, look what the rear wiper does automatically. Clever, eh?
Handy too. The extremely smart Renault Megane. Good thinking, Renault. What would you say to a Cadbury's Mini Roll?
Yay! Cadbury's Mini Roll.
If you want to talk man to man,
Dial 0891 56 882
and make contact with men you'd like to know better.
One of San Francisco's finest, Nash Bridges, Monday, 10:30 on Scottish. Dudley Moore stars in our late film now, Like Father, Like Son, in which a father and son swap identities.
Ever dreamed of playing at Hampden? Well, Coca-Cola could make your dreams come true. To find out how, look for the Coca-Cola competition in this weekend's paper.
Being single has never been so much fun. Lines are open 24 hours, so call the Singles Network on 0891 808 888. Are those country stuff? Phoenix ultra soft, but a drive to touch this. They're not soft on those delicate little nose. I've got Phoenix ultra bomb tissue. I goes west with yours. Then he's behind with microphone bomb with calendula. They'll protect the kitchen rhinos.
Kleenex Ultra Soft with a softness lotion. Kleenex Ultra Balm with a protective balm. Kleenex, the touch better.
I'm
Am I going home now? I'm here.
For the latest lake holiday offers to your favourite destinations from all the major tour operators, dial Jim Doll Travel on Scott's page 678.
Hunger can put you off. Don't let it. These upon thick, creamy and delicious Muller. And it's Mullerite. 1, hunger, 0.
Thousands of people are disappearing to rent a copy of Erasure.
You'll be handling your personal security. I'll make them disappear one by one. You're in an extremely high-risk situation.
And lots of them are showing up at Blockbuster Video, because we've got more copies than anybody else.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you.
You're late.
I know.
I know.
Sorry, girl.
It's on the table.
How's my little lad, eh?
Steve, why did you ring?
You're already willing. Your granny's cooking it. Never mind, eh? Big Mac and fries on the way over. Clever daddy. Hello, everyone.
Find love on the phone. Call the Singles Network on 0891 808 808.
Not fair. Captain Max, we'll go a taste, no sugar.
When your name's on the outside, you want your clothes to look good for as long as possible. Especially if people go out in them, they don't just play sport in them.
Stuart Noel, Puma's product director, explains why they recommend washing with Ariel.
Often our clothes take a real hammering. People think it's this that leaves them looking old before their time. But constant washing stresses fabric, causing bobbling. Not just in areas of heavy wear, but all over. At Puma, we believe we've found the answer.
Ariel Future tackles mud and dirt better than rival compact brands and helps prevent bobbling.
That's why Puma only recommends Ariel. Because we want everyone to look and feel their best whatever they're doing.
When you demand the impeccable, demand Ariel.
The ambassadors' receptions are noted in society for their host's exquisite taste that captivates his guests. Ferrero Rocher, a sign of good taste.
If you want to talk man to man,
Dial 0891 226 882.
and make contact with men you'd like to know better, you can exchange messages with guys online now.
So call 0891 226 886.
And make contact with men you'd like to know better.
Isn't it good to know you have a direct route from Newcastle to the heart of Europe? That's why Scandinavian Seaways are proud to bring you Amsterdam Direct, with a wonderful in-between. No more motorways or wasted miles. Miles better the pleasure of travelling with us. You leave at 6 in the evening and arrive at 9 the following morning relaxed and refreshed. Amsterdam Direct. Travel with your car direct to Amsterdam for as little as £89 return. For a brochure, call 0990 333 666 now.
If you're over 50 and think it's too late to arrange life insurance, think again. The Cornhill Direct 50 Plus Senior Security Plan offers peace of mind especially for people like you. To find out more, just call 0800 2266 553 and we'll send you an information pack. The 50 Plus Senior Security Plan is very easy to arrange. You can do everything by phone and post, no fuss or bother. And the premiums are attractive too, from just £8 per month, which means you and your partner can each afford to take out cover. That's right, just £8 per month, and there's no medical, no salespeople, just straightforward, easy payments and fuss-free settlement. No one likes to think that the worst might happen, but if it does, the 50 Plus Senior Security Plan guarantees a cash sum payment to your partner or loved one. So if your age, between 50 and 80, and want to apply for lifelong peace of mind, simply ring Cornhill Direct free on 0800 226655. That's 0800 226655. Call now.
Being single has never been so much fun. Lines are open 24 hours, so call the Singles Network on 0891 828 888.
Celebrating 100 years of recorded music. From music hall to glam rock. From classical music to punk rock. From the Mersey beat to Britpop, Music 100, an interactive exhibition of the sounds of the century at the City Arts Centre, Edinburgh now. All right? Oh, not ours. Who was St. Patrick?
The famous Irish jockey, famous rugby fan. He wore a hat with bubbles on the end. He was taking the shape of football, I suggest.
I'd love to. Can I have a kiss from you? St. Patrick said no. I mean, he's a bit special.
For a hallelujah, I just told a part-time, I'll get ready to call.
That's it. He's so
Your late deal means a great deal at John Semple Travel. Don't delay, look today at ScotTex, page 678 for the latest holiday offers.
Having a sore throat used to be a real pain in the neck, but now I have it kicked better with these fruity Hall Soothers. Have your sore throat kicked better with Hall Soothers.
242, full of flavor, you'll agree. And what's more, it's rich in quality. Great flavor, great taste. Nambari is great value for money. Yeah, 2 cups, 2 bags, there's no doubt. As bags of taste when you pour it out. Can't see how happy you will be. Nambari, the 2 cups, 2 bags. And now the truth.
Hi, my boys love to keep fit. Run! Hot noodle. It's not easy, it's too gorgeous.
A new series and a complex case.
Why would that be, Alex?
Kavanagh QC, Monday at 8:30 on Scottish. Swing off this Thursday, a young girl who could be destined for success.
I do want them to go somewhere, but it's just whether I will or not.
I think you just take one step at a time and things, if you're fortunate, they'll fall into place.
Good advice as Bernard Gallagher reflects on his career.
If Sam Torrance hadn't had it, he wouldn't have won the Italian Open.
That's physiotherapy.
You're going to do yourself some damage if you're not actually sort of supple, and it really doesn't take that long.
The Golf Club, Thursday at 7 on Scottish.
Voting begins later this morning in the Wirral South by-election, the last by-election before the general election. The poll is being held because of the death of the Tory MP Barry Porter, who held the seat for the Conservatives with a majority of just over 8,000. There's been an apparent failed IRA mortar attack on security forces in Northern Ireland. It happened in the Falls Road in West Belfast, not far from Andersonstown IUC station. Part of the Falls Road will remain sealed until a search at first light. A man will appear in court this morning charged with the rape and murder of schoolgirl Kaylee Ward. 30-year-old John O'Shaughnessy from Blacon will appear before magistrates in Chester. Kaylee's body was discovered in the River Dee by a young man walking his dog on Tuesday night. A week after surgery to remove a brain tumour, Liz Taylor has left hospital and returned home. Doctors predict a full recovery following the operation to remove the 2-inch-long benign tumour. And finally, two winners shared the £7 million jackpot in last night's midweek National Lottery draw. The winning numbers were 2, 34, 36, 38, 44 and 46. The bonus draw was 40. That's it. More news later.
Coming up later at 3 o'clock, Brian Burnett and Katie Wood with Scottish Passport. At 2:30, it's The Nature of Things, and they visit Canada. Now there's comedy in Funny Business.
Hello there, and welcome to Funny Business. 30 minutes of belting comedy and bizarre concealing. It's a bit like the Oliver McCall and Lennox Lewis fight scene. And on this week's Knockout Show, we've got comedy contender Sean Cullen, a Canadian who likes to dress up like a British. Sean Cullen is a member of the musical comedy group Corky in the Juice Pig. In his spare time, he likes to go on tour dressed as a 142-year-old woman. So why not? Hello, young man. This is Sean Cullen. Hello.
How do you do?
I'm very well, thanks, sir.
You get the question.
Well, I do hope you say when you go on your tour.
Oh, I do shave.
You're lovely, mate.
I have people shaving me, yeah.
Really?
Small men, before I say.
Because you're currently a woman.
I do. I support a woman on tour. I do all of her work and take care of everything for her and clear the way and make everything smooth. And she comes up and does the real show. I'm just a minion here.
And who's she?
It's David Sybil, actress, singer, dancer, farmer, squirrel, tamer, everything. She's done it all.
So she's got expensive, apparently she's getting on a bit.
Well, this is her next, this year for the 123, and she's been an actress for 120 years.
Now, I've been asked by the Dean to assess your psychological profile. To see whether you're fit for young minds. Now, I'm qualified to this, of course, not only as an actress and a woman of the world, but I also work intimately with Carl Jung, just before the turn of the century in Vienna.
She's one of the premier stars of the screen and stage in Britain, and she's been everywhere. She studied Stanislavski, the Moscow Art Theatre in the late 19th century. She served in the First World War as a performer, performing for the troops in the trenches, and also she's in the Secret Service with the Queen Mother in Old Card and a demolition squad, specially trained. Well, they would have to train everyone before they sent them out, because the Germans are extremely well trained.
Did you look into this, haven't you?
No, I have. I've studied training and all its equipment. But she's also done tons of films, films like Patrick Swan with David Lincoln. It wasn't a very popular film, but she was in there. And, of course, he's many times been married, most recently to Meatloaf, the singer-songwriter. I like the tracks like there, and she was there for him at the worst part of his career. Between Battle of Hell and Battle of Hell 2. He was a very nadir in his career. She was there for him.
All right, first of all, I want you to imagine you're in a jail. Now? Imagine you're in a jail. Yeah, and you're walking along. Do I have shoes on? If you like. Good. And you see a tortoise in the ground. And you reach down and you slip it onto his back. Can I kiss it? All right.
So she's 143 next birthday, so I'd imagine she's got some lovely stories.
Oh, yes, that is the whole point. That is the point.
Well, it's looking so much fun.
Yeah, well, she's a wealth of stories, a wealth of delightful tales. Tales that you wouldn't really expect to hear about famous people.
You might have looked at one from,
Well, Ian Fleming, very close to Ian Fleming, and often visited him. And people were always asking, her if his life really was based on James Bond. Like he based his James Bond films and movies and books on his life.
Is she perhaps one of the first Bond girls?
Well, she was actually she's going to be in the new James Bond film.
Really?
Yes. She plays a lesbian cyborg that battles with Pierce Brosnan. And the big battle scene takes place in the food hall of the Marks and Spencer's on Oxford Street.
Yeah.
And he finally defeats her. They throw pork pies and things back and forth, and he's selling chicken tikka. That sort of thing. And finally, so she short-circuits her with a can of Devon custard.
Fine. So wait, so how did you find out you had this talent to, play a 142-year-old woman?
Well, I didn't, I went to acting college in Canada, if that's possible. And I went to University of Windsor, which is nothing like to Windsor, that we all know and love. And I went there to acting college, and one of my teachers there was a voice teacher. He had been at Rounder for a couple of years, and he was kicked out because he wasn't up to scratch. But he had a wealth of anecdotes, whether they're his or not, I'm not sure, but about people like people like Theo, going and just trying to establish singing and stuff like that. And so it kind of came out of making fun of him, and then eventually turned into a full-blown character.
And why did you wear a frock then?
Why?
Did
because
he wear a frock?
No, he didn't actually. But I just think you can say things as a woman, but you can't say as a man and get away with it. I just think that I think that people are willing to go a lot further to not be offended when you say things about bodily functions or stabbing and stuff like that. If it's a woman who's relating it to, no, it's true.
All right, thanks very much. Yes, a little treat to have this little roll. Don't bite it, Dad. It's plums all over the place.
Little Budgergard tells me that you were getting on the panel of modern problems inside.
I did a small part of that. Actually, she did a small part of that.
Tell us.
She was the premise of their program is a series. I think it's about 2 years. The premise of the modern problems inside are improvised science lectures with 3 professors, and they are in this college, and they're very bad teachers. So I have to kind of review the performance and interview them individually.
Now, you're also a member of the comedy musical troupe, the Corky and the Goose Pig chap.
Yes.
So, are you Corky or you're a Goose Pig?
Well, you see, we have no hierarchy.
Okay.
It's just Goose Pigs. And Corky is like Charlie from Charlie's Angels.
Okay.
We never see him on a speakerphone.
Okay.
And he sends us around places. But we're egalitarian, and we're touring. We're doing a tour. We'll be doing some shows in Britain.
About the same time as the
Sybil and I.
Oh, really?
Yes, and
you're not going to the same places, right?
No.
Okay.
But then we're going to Australia for the Melbourne Festival, and then a tour around Australia for a couple of months.
There's only Australians out there watching.
And you'll probably see us in Edinburgh. In Australia, not in Edinburgh. No, in Edinburgh in August, which is also an AU word.
And I had this dream that I was Jose Feliciano, and I was singing a concert for thousands of lorry drivers. Hey, Macarena, And it was like...
I was at that concert.
Oh, you were?
Yes, I was in the big lorry with the cabbages.
Yeah. Change in distance.
You did? Yeah. Well, thank you very much. A little bit of sugar.
Thank you.
Thank you, cabbages.
I'll give a nice buzz off you.
Oh, you will, believe me. Cabbages tell you that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds, Hank. Lift off. I didn't love to never do what you wanted to. Why can't this crazy love in my...
It's not unusual when you're done with working, resting and playing to receive a visit from the green men from home.
There's a Martian right behind you. Hey, it's Tom Jones, right? It ain't unusual, eh? Got an autograph? Anybody got a pen?
I don't wish to pry, mate, but is all this fair talking just monkey business, or is it a symbol of something more sinister?
Good night, fellas. Good night, Dave. Good night, Good night, Dave. Good night. We're in the wrong bed. We're in the wrong bed? Oh, get the bed. Get the bed. Oh. Did one of us just get in? Well, at least we know whoever has a sense of humor.
I don't know what you're worried about. There's only one person that could be, down there at this time of night.
Who's that?
A burglar.
Oh, that's
Yes, Alma, tonight. Tonight you will make me rich and famous. Yes, Alma. In death, you will do for me what you have never done in life.
Go on. Nobody wants to be cooped up here forever. I have a hunch that this quasi-ornithologist and his statuesque mate will be back when he gets himself straightened out.
Oh, man! That honey never leaves. I'll be spitting feathers for a week. Well, that's what you get for sleeping with your mouth open. Don't scare it none. Hey, Quasi, what's going on out there? The fight? The flagging? A festival. You mean a feast of food?
Uh-huh.
All right. Pour the wine and cut the tea. It is a treat to watch the colorful pageantry of the simple peasant folk. Boy, nothing like balcony seats for watching the old FOF.
Yeah. What?
Look, a mime.
Smell like smoke.
Huh?
You have a cigarette back there?
No, I haven't a cigarette in 2 months.
You had a cigarette back there, didn't you?
No, I
You smoke.
Read the map, please.
Sandra's got Dennis by the bullet, as she sees one of the Louis man's vital organs.
I didn't have a cigarette back there. Read the map and tell me where I am. Great.
Oh, that's great.
Don't understand.
Of course you'll understand. College kid kills farm boy war hero. Yeah, you'll probably just get a ticket.
Oh, no. Market Kid and Saturdays. We're covered for you, Mike.
Van Gogh becomes his best working in his class.
Thanks. I can't believe it. He's not his dad. He's not breathing. He's never getting up again. And all you can think about is my future employment opportunities.
Well, we can discuss that future opportunities, but at this point I think they're limited.
It's most men's dream to be invited round to Cameron Dais's gaff for dinner, but think on, it might be just dessert.
Calm down. Nobody can calm down. You all act like this is something we do every Sunday. Invited us over, and if you don't agree with his policies, then kill him.
Oh, he pulled a knife. I mean, he threatened to rape you.
We're all in shock, Harry. You're just scaring us in a different way.
Well, I say we just bury the crap and eat dessert.
really funny. You'll have to give me a minute to gather myself. I'll see you in part 2. Hopefully I'll be feeling much better in part 2 when we'll be talking Hancock and Red Dwarf.
If you want to chat to someone new, then the singles network is for you. Now you can chat privately with other male and female callers. Lines are open 24 hours, so to make new friends on the phone, call the singles network on 0891 808 888.
Stand straight, stand proud. Stand England only. Stand tall. Stand a chance. Stand your ground and stand up for yourself. Stand in your own 2 feet. Stand out. Stand and wait. Come on! But not too long. Stand by. Standing order. Stand united. Stand for something. McEwan's. It's what we stand for.
Oh, look now. I'm laughing at. That's not Pet. Oh, yes, it is.
I gotta talk to her.
No, me.
Pan pizza from Pizza Hut is pan-baked for an irresistibly crispy bite.
Oh, hi Pam, here again.
Yeah, come over there. Yeah, pick me up.
Hey, yes, come on. Probably not here anyway. He's gone. Nobody panic.
Yes, looks like an insurance job.
Make a claim with Direct Line and you won't have to fill in a claim form or get any estimates because we do all that and we guarantee the repair. For easy, low-cost motor insurance, better talk direct to Direct Line.
If you want to talk man to man,
Dial 0891 56 882
and make contact with men you'd like to know better.
How long have we been out? The drive interface has been upgraded. So have the engine. And if this readout's correct, we're armed. Laser cannons. It's totally upgraded the whole ship. They've even got rid of the squeak on the seat tilt control. The current series of Red Dwarf is playing to fantastic audiences, and the show is also making headway in the States. Danny John Hughes, who plays the cat, told us about making it in America. Have you been to any of the conventions in the States or anything? Yeah. And do they believe your accent? Do they believe that you're American or anything?
Yeah, they are just bamboozled because, you get up there and say, all right, how's it going, And they're like, my God, I thought you were American. You're a better actor than my car. What? It's like, they were totally amazed, the first time I opened my mouth in Chicago.
Because it's gone, it's absolutely mental here. It's gone massive over there as well. Oh, when was the first moment you sort of realised that this is going to be, this is going to be massive?
Well, getting off a plane and everyone knows your name in America. It's like, God, this is mad. No one knows my name in England. It was literally nowhere. I walked down the street in England, no one knew who the hell I was. I walked into a hotel in America, Mr. Santos!
Hey, Joe, agreed. You're gonna go with one of my class? Are you nuts? What happens if we all get killed? I'll never hear the last of it.
A very interesting scenario happened one time. I brought a mate with me over, and I was doing the sort of business, and he went off shopping, and he came back with some guys that we'd met at a club the night before, from sort of real heavy sort of downtown Chicago, the project, and he came back from shopping, and they came back to the hotel, and he was up in hotel having a laugh and that. So on the way down, we were going out, on the way down in the lift, and then, all this sort of real middle of the road American ladies, with white hair come in and, excuse me, Mr. John George, is it possible we could have your autograph? Wow. And all this, and, I'm in the lift, and all these ladies get in, there's this 5 black guys sort of standing in the lift, sort of going, what the fuck is going on? You know, and then they leave and they say, "Who are you, man?"
I've loaded in the cart for some, and they all wet 2 days. See the pledge and 1 to 3. There you go, you're the Riviera Kid. Special skills, 8 gunslinger. Lindsay, you know. 1. Dangerous Dan McGrew. Special skills, bear fist fighting. Which leaves me with Brett Riverboat. Nice man. And we definitely can't get hurt. Oh, it's like a normal PC game. You can get out at any time. The button on the inside of the door. When you want to get out, right. Okay, Riviera? Okay, Benji? Let's mosey on into town.
Ed Byrne is one of the top-line Irish comedians featured on a special St Patrick's Day lineup on March the 17th at London's Busy Comedy Store. The bill also includes Tommy Tiernan, Kevin Gilday, Kevin Hayes and Owen O'Neill, a recent London headliner with his one-man play Shouting from the Scaffold. Your MC is John Maloney. Comic Heritage is a charitable organisation dedicated to comedy greats. I'm David Graham, is its chairman.
Tony went on to make other stuff without Sid, but whether it had the same ring, whether it had the same feeling of success, I don't know. I doubt it.
So where did you first come across Tony Hancock?
Well, I've still got the mark to prove it. 1949, Hampstead Garden Suburbs. I was living in Grey Close at number 4, and just across the way at the end of the close, opposite us, was number 10, and the house was rented by a gentleman called Edward Evans, and he had a lodger. And that lodger was a very young Tony Hancock. And I have good reason to remember, because Edward had a young daughter my age, and they bought her a brand new tricycle. And it had one of these handles that pulls out the back telescopic. And as we went past him, because we were cycling, I pulled this handle. The tricycle stopped, she didn't. She went straight over the handlebars, crumped onto the pavement. And the next thing, a very young Hancock came up and broke him around the ear. So it's true what they say about people in the profession. They don't like children.
Well, that's it for Funny Business this week. And if you enjoyed me, well, I'm available for weddings, children's parties and bar mitzvahs. Ta-ta.
If you want to chat to someone new, then the Singles Network is for you. Now you can chat privately with other male and female callers. Lines are open 24 hours, so to make new friends on the phone, call the Singles Network on 0891 808 888.
Hey, Jumbo! Nana!
Every year, over 25,000 adults aged between 20 and 49 die. Many have young children. Imagine the difference £50,000 could make to your family if the worst happened to you or your partner. With Cornhill Direct Family Cover Plan, your family could benefit from up to £50,000 of life cover when they need it most. Call 0800 44 66 44 now, and we'll send you a free information pack. The plan is a 10-year life insurance policy for anyone aged between 20 and 49. Premiums start from as little as £8 per month. That's £50,000 for the equivalent of just 26 pence per day. And we pay half the benefit immediately if you're diagnosed as terminally ill after the first year. Both you and your partner can take out separate plans for real protection against the unexpected.
There's no obligation to buy and no salesman will call. Make sure your family's protected. Call 0800 44 66 44. That's 0800 44 66 44. Call now.
Whilst time and tide wait for no one, softening visible traces of time comes as second nature to us. Nivea Bazaar's anti-wrinkle cream helps smooth away the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, effectively softening the traces of time. The anti-wrinkle cream from Nivea Bazaar. Ain't got no bread, ain't got no crisp, ain't got no nappies, ain't got no drink. So what have I got? Why do I smile anyway? What have I got that's to say today? Got my fine mirror and me, got my brand because it's great. We got fun. Those old stiff hairstyles, new salon selected flexi hold with our most radical bendy holdy technology stuff gives you all the hold you need without the stiffness.
Frank's collected loads of NBA player cards from multi-packs of Hoodaroo. I'm sure he won't miss a couple.
No!
Wrong again.
If you want to talk man to man,
Dial 0891 56 886
and make contact with men you'd like to know better.
Formula One, coming soon on Scottish.
I've always been addicted to speed. Formula One doesn't stop for anything. It carries on, and you have to keep proving yourself every single race. Keep pressing on from start to finish, never letting up until the second flag and second flag. Formula One is the finish line.
You're watching Scottish Nighttime, Hollywood, Bath and a sail around the Hebrides with Katie Wood and Brian Burnett now in Scottish Passport.